It's got to be a semi. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Go Malta eSports Festival Day 2. EvH will be taking on Omnia, and this is the top bracket semi-final. There's two Titans clash against each other. We followed Omnia throughout the last day, and we followed EvH over their victory over Power of 5 earlier on in the day. Aurelion Sol will be the first ban of the game.
On the other side of the bracket, though, we have to remind you that Legacy is fighting off versus Team Paradox before everything moves on. So Aurelion Sol, as you told us, Ornn is still on the table, Xin Zhao as well. Misfortune is going to take the bullets. We debated this on a previous game. You have to take Misfortune, Ornn, and then Xin Zhao. And Illaoi.
A couple of target bans coming through with that Aurelion Sol, with that Illaoi ban, removing away some of the more comfortable champions for these players. But we haven't seen Victorious Reign play it, nor Toby. Victorious Reign has had an Ornn game and an Urgot game in the games we've casted for them today.
And they were solid. Let's be honest. They were really, really solid. The Urgot, I believe he was playing it as he should. There we go. Xin Zhao is going to be taken out. Where is the Ornn? I believe the blue side will
should be red side to ban it. Because
Yeah.
the thing is if you ban away these champions, obviously Misfortune you can first pick, Xin Zhao you can first pick, Ornn you can first pick. So they're almost like you have to ban all three of those on red side. Unless you want to go for the 1-for-2 trade and then maybe trade over the Ornn and lose out on the Xin Zhao and the Misfortune. But then it's can the Ornn actually carry that into the later stages? Let's see what Victorious Reign we're banning.
You have to take it.
Ban here for. They've got to. No Malzahar.
No.
Oh, okay. It's an Ornn first pick for Toby.
This is an omen. We've seen this before. Leaving the Ornn open and not being taken as the first pick. Don't scare me.
There it is.
There we go. Oh my gosh.
I would be very surprised if they picked Corki over the Corki over the Ornn for the first game. Omnia need to look for a counter. Maybe they could run that Urgot. Maybe they could run the Gnar, the Kennen. There's quite a few kind of ranged top laners they can play into him if that's how they want to play this. But let's see what the next kind of picks are for them. There's still a couple of power picks in different lanes as well available. You've got the Rammus. There you go. Good predict. There's Leona, Ezreal, obviously, as well. There's quite a few picks who we've been seeing a lot of preference on throughout this weekend.
The thing is, you have
left open.
Ornn. You have Xayah available, so Ezreal is not even that contested. I know it's quite powerful, especially on solo queue, but on competitive, from what we've seen throughout this tournament, Ezreal is not that go-to AD carry. You have Xayah, which has a terrible amount of power, especially if you're not fighting off versus a Misfortune. So Thresh is some sort of the counter to Ezreal Arcane Shift, and this would be amazing. But yeah, Xayah should be the pick coming in.
I'm amazed we didn't see the Leona instead of the Thresh, and they just go all in for the wombo combo. Ooh. It's actually going to be the Tristana pickup. I like that, with their ability to siege turrets and pop off as a massive hyper carry into the later stages of the game. Not quite as safe as the Xayah, because obviously the Xayah can become untargetable with her ultimate. And now we've got one more pick for the side of Omnia, to pick up.
Interesting. I really want to see Zoe, because I wanted to debate a little bit about Zoe. There's a specific part of Zoe that I believe it's going to be nerfed, but we'll talk about it once we have those 3 minutes. All the better, because I think we'll not be seeing her today. Leona is going to be picked versus Tristana. There's a way to counter Leona with Thresh, with the Flay, and cancel the Zenith Blade. So if Inter Horizon are careful enough and pay attention enough, they will be able to counter that Leona on the bot lane. And it's with the Ezreal. It's not like the most massive burst damage coming in from that duo, but it's still quite powerful if you're not able to counter it.
One of the champions we haven't really hit on is actually Blaze's. Jax is still available, hasn't been banned away from Omnia. And if he can get his hands on that, I'm sure he's going to be extremely happy. Rengar was removed, so they're looking for kind of an assassin burst AD jungler taking away, which kind of screams to me that Blaze has one kind of play style that's all about bursting people down with assassins. Kassadin's going to get removed as a mid laner option. I don't expect to see Zoe. Unfortunately, there's way too much CC, and Zoe's not particularly good when there's lots of things for her to dodge. She's very good at dodging individual skill shots, but not like multiple ones.
Okay, the bans are going down. Rengar and Azir I pointed out that Azir should be one of the picks into the mid lane, but not today, I guess. Talia is still available, Orianna as well, Syndra as well. So the queens of the mid lane are still available. So probably that's where they're going to lean on, unless they're going to take something. No, it's going to be Tom Kench. So Orianna and Syndra. I believe Orianna on this composition would be amazing.
Now, I believe Mechanics had Ari banned against him quite a few games in a row, or 2 games against PO5. So I'm excited to see whether or not he decides to go for that instead of one of these control mages. But Corki, something we saw Chongi really like. There was also the Vladimir we saw him pick up earlier on in the day. Looks like for now they're just going to pick the Urgot into the Ornn and counterpick the mid lane.
I told you that Ornn is somewhat of countered by Urgot by the pressure of the early game, but there's a if Urgot will never be able to stand near the Q of Ornn. If by any chance he stays near the Q, he's gonna get demolished. So he has to pay attention to that specific ability that can be thrown in, and Ari is going to be picked first time today.
First time today. He's been banned against Mechanics all day long. He hasn't been able to get his hands on it. Finally going to get it. And let's see what they're going to decide to play into that Ari. You could just play something that kind of shoves Ari under, like the Orianna, potentially the Syndra, if you want to kind of get a bit of a duel going. One more pick, and that will be the jungler. The jungler is going to be Kha'Zix. 4 Blaze, not going for the Jax. Going to go for a more meta jungler.
It's not the wombo combo I was expecting coming in from Event Horizon. I was looking into something more demolishing. Oh, it's not even Orianna or Syndra. It could be the Corki to fight off the Ari. I believe this is a pick specifically picked into Ari and not for what the team needs in the end.
Chongi, more focused on his lane, which is something we've actually seen out of him throughout the day. Is he's played a lot of these kind of mid laners, and there's always been like 4v4s happening, and he's still just like farming in mid lane. Like, no, I'm just dealing with my lane. You guys deal with all your stuff around me. I don't want to know about it. I'll see you at 20 minutes and see where we are. And this is generally how Omnia have played, to be honest. They've been all about Asmalex in the ADC role and Victorious Reign, while Chongi's kind of just taken a bit of a backseat and then shown up for the late game and really popped off there for them. Mechanics has had a a really solid game today, kind of stomping out PO5 in the mid lane, denying Shadow from anything he could do. So very different play styles for the mid laners here, and Mechanics is on the active kind of playmaking mid laner with the assassin and the kind of mage weird hybrid for Ari is.
So now looking into the jungle part, we have Kha'Zix versus Rammus. Rammus could fight off the Kha'Zix, but he needs to be nearby something so he doesn't take the Taster Fear as an isolated target in the beginning of the game, because Rammus will not have enough defense mechanics, even though it's a Rammus, to fight off a Kha'Zix in the open. To be complicated. So probably he will try to go and get a gank, probably on the bot or even the top. Because if you camp Ornn a little bit at the beginning of the game and allow Urgot to get like an early phage, that could be a lane that finally you can see Ornn as an opponent and breathe a little and say, okay, this will not derail on the top side.
I feel like Omnia were prepared for the Ornn pickup here.
They had to.
They let it slip through. They decided to ban the Malzahar instead of the Ari. They decided to ban the Malzahar instead of the Ornn. So they let 2 picks through that they knew that EvH are going to want to get their hands on. So Omnia definitely seem to have this Urgot prepared as a counter into the Ornn. It's now going to be down to how Van Cleef plays around that top lane and make sure that actually Victorious Reign can use that Urgot to counter the Ornn and doesn't just kind of get pushed in really hard.
1 minute and 30 seconds until we get access to the semi-finals. It's the first of today. It's going to be a best of 3 as well. Ignite for Thresh and Exhaust for Leona. It's something that my eyes are not accustomed to, seeing an Exhaust on a Leona. Most of the times you want that Ignite, you want to be aggressive. And it's 2 Exhausts versus
They're
2
very
Ignites.
worried. There's multiple people who are going to be jumping in on them. Tristana, Ari, Kha'Zix. If they can exhaust at least 2 of those, they might be able to then CC the other one and blow them up. And I think that's the plan for the side of Omnia. They are aware that actually Fresh is a really big counter into Leona. The Zenith Blade can get denied by the Flay. So that kind of level 2 all-in we've seen from Leona's all day, where they go in with the Zenith Blade, land the Shield of Daybreak, throw the Ignite down, force a flash and a heal, or get a kill. That's not going to be optional because Aeon on the Fresh will be able to deny that with the Flay. So it's going to be kind of more about what Leona can do in that mid game, and the Exhaust will be a denial tool onto Kha'Zix from one-shotting Asmalex or Chongi.
Ahri versus Corki. I'm trying to analyze as much as I can on my head before I even open my mouth, because at the beginning of the game,
it's a bit of a weird one. So the way Ahri works is she can shove really hard with the Orb of Deception. Corki, again, he's going to want to shove once he hits 6. So it's like the same as if he plays into an Orianna post 6. It's pre 6, and then as Ahri hits 6, around that point, she can assassinate him really hard. But Corki, remember, has the Valkyries. He has tools in his kit to escape. It's a highly mobile lane, and it's very hard to gank for any of the junglers. It's all about the 1v1. If we see some kind of real shenanigans come down, like a flash taunt, then potentially we could see something happen. But overall, especially after level 6, neither of these mid laners really should be in for too much trouble, because Corki can shove the wave from a distance. Ahri can shove the wave from a distance. She has Spirit Rush for speed, for escape tools, and Orb of Deception for a speed boost.
And if you get that X Trinket early on for Corki, he's going to be fine on his own. It's about the Kha'Zix meddling in or not. But hey, we're back in game.
Well, yeah, let's see if players can meddle in or not, or if it's all going to be a bit of a calmer mid lane like we're used to seeing from Chongi. EvH will be taking on Omnia. We are here at the semi-finals, live at the GO Malta eSports Festival. Let us know in the Twitch chat for one more time today who you think will win. Will it be EvH or will it be Omnia?
Who do you think?
EvH.
Oh, we're not supposed to be biased. What have you done?
It's not biased. It's my prediction. From what I've seen out of EvH, they've just been a really solid team. We have seen just as many EvH games as we've seen Omnia today, which is useful. So we've had an equal field to judge them. Omnia are very good at actually playing from behind and playing post 20 minutes, but EvH are just hyper aggressive, more so than Team Paradox. And if they can continue to snowball like they did over PO5, this game won't get to the point where Omnia can play that kind of post 20 minute, okay, we're even at 20 minutes, now we win style they're used to playing.
And I like they go again for the Klepto combo, the Corki, Ezreal, both of them running the Klepto. And the previous game we saw of Omnia, they were behind supposedly by 7 kills, but they still won the game versus Paradox. And I believe it was Omnia versus Paradox that they won, and it was because of the Klepto.
They won 2 games today. So both EvH and Omnia on stream have won 2 games. And this is one of the things, but the way EvH play is because they actually play hyper aggressive. Omnia are very good at kind of falling behind and then still holding it equal at the same time. It's very weird. And we're actually seeing some shenanigans happen. There's going to be the Flay, and the Shield of Daybreak comes down. Now Mad Smoke with the Aftershock landing a lot of hurt, but Asmalex is under fire. There is an Ignite available to Aeon, and he can flash Flay in a second. There it is. The Ignite comes down. Asmalex now running away. One more auto attack should secure the kill. First blood goes through to Aeon.
You don't have an Ignite. What were you expecting? Even so, looking at Thresh instead of going for the Tristana at the beginning, and that's an early kill. They set up the trap, and they were the ones setting on top of it.
I mean, that's the difference between the Ignite and the Exhaust, both thrown down, but the Ignite early on gives you enough damage to really win that trade out. As Chongi and Mechanics are just playing relatively equal here, but a hook comes out, followed up by the Flame. Mad Smoke taking some mad damage, and we still haven't got Asmalex with a single CS yet, and he's just lost 2 waves under the turret.
So this means that level 4 will be achieved, while on the other side, top lane.
Blaze is coming in. Victorious Reign is forced to go low. He's trying to land a little bit more damage, but it's still not enough. Mechanics, bot lane, the charm has come down now. Bot lane, another fight is breaking out. Mad Smoke is taking shot after shot. Rammus is hanging about though, so there could be something that goes down.
He has to show his hand. He has to show it.
They have to make it happen now because Fresh is gone.
Too late.
Spotted on a ward. Way too late.
on the top lane, they saw Kazakhs, and that was the window that they needed to go in and abuse on the bot lane, at least get something back. Because we've seen EvH Horizon getting the lead at the beginning of the game and not letting go the slightest. It's a danger now. And AT. Blue switch.
Pretty good guess. Now, one of the things we did see with Omnia actually was their ability to bounce back from these deficits early. This time, though, they are letting that gold lead slip. Normally, they're equal, even though they're down in kills. So it's going to be onto how they do this. Asmolix and Deity just having a little bit of a fight out here. CJ Smoke on the Leona. It's all going to be about how he can play in this mid game and make the picks for his team. Oh, hook goes a little wide.
Something that they didn't pay attention to is that Ezreal got himself an elixir, but no, it's called a Potion of Rogue, by the way, the red one. It's not an elixir of wrath, but the Potion of Rogue, so that is going to empower him for a little bit. And instantly, it took it down. Rammus is approaching on the top lane, but bot lane could be an engage.
Aeon is looking for the hook, lands it onto CJ Smoke. CJ Smoke just needs to look to turn it around. Lands the stun, forces the flash out, but Tristana hops in with the rocket jump. Now Deity looking for a little bit more damage, but Toby's under fire in the top lane. Deity is forced to heal as Aeon now running away with him. And CJ Smoke stays alive. He's forced to pop a potion to keep alive.
The simple fact that Thresh 2 minutes ago got caught by Leona underneath the turret and took 2 shots, forced him to go back, allowed the enemy team, Omnia, to actually get the same level as Tristana. And so far, Tristana was not able to go back and buy anything with that first blood assist. He's sitting now at 1200 gold. It's not that big of a lead until now. And only because of that reason, they were able to come back on the lane. And again, we see Omnia falling short and still be able to survive and come back into the game.
Just had a quick pause while the players are sorting out their mouse speeds, apparently. Now, every lane is relatively equal in CS. It's just this bot lane. That's where the difference is being made. And I think that's where we're going to see the attention as Blaze is heading in here. Has got that leap available. He's coming in. The Void Spice are going down. There's the hook. Oh, Asmolix played so tempered with his aggression. Didn't panic, hop out, waited for the hook to go down, predicting the predict.
He got himself a ward, he got himself a mana pot. Probably gonna take that mana pot. No. He got himself a tiered up goddess, so probably he can sell those items or just keep them for further use. That's the good thing about that rune. You can sell those items or you can keep those items if you need to. Then you may think about it. And also when you get that gold, I don't know if everybody knows that, but when you get the gold, you may gamble and get from 35 to 100 golds. It depends, RNG based, or you can actually just sell it and get 65 if I'm not mistaken.
Got themselves out here, the goddess. Got a mana pot as well, which is going to be quite nice. So Ezreal's going to have a pretty easy laning now. He's just not going to have to worry about mana for a while. Toby and Victorious Reign are having a little bit of an exchange up at the top lane, but Toby has just got the wave exactly where he wants it, just shy of his tower. Victorious Reign needs to kind of get that wave pushed in and reset. Because again, Aeon and Deity.
All thanks to Blaze. Blaze went to the top lane and allowed Toby to actually breathe a little bit versus Victorious Reign, and this is exactly what is allowing him to just stay on the top lane with no problem. Oh, he's going to use Below's Breath to just get away instead of going in. He's afraid.
Well, that's what the Urgot will do. He'll make you scared.
For a reason, the ultimate is called Fear Beyond Death.
Victorious Reign just going for the hop over, gets pinned under tower, throws down the W for a shield. The Zenith Blade goes a little bit wide from Mad Smoke. And look at Blaze's positioning, just counter jungling away from Van Cleef, who only has a Barmy's Cinder and a Talisman at this point. And there is a 3-man engage coming through from Aeon and that lot. With the wards up, Van Cleef is aware of some shenanigans. Actually, no, he's not. The hook's going to come down. They follow up with all the damage, and Van Cleef just falls after Shock secures the kill.
baited by the ward. He wanted to take it in, so he was an easy target at that point. Cloudray could be one of those easy objectives, but I think they'll just go back into their own lanes and keep pushing and keep farming and keep comfortable.
We are seeing Omnia do what they normally do. Fall behind early and just hold out. They've not lost too much gold. They've not lost too much tower damage. Now Mechanics looking for a potential charm onto Chongi. There it is. The flash comes out from Chongi, getting him away to safety. Because that would have been a dead Corki.
Another item coming in. Travel size elixir of iron. This is going to grant him a lot of health and tenacity if he needs and if he gets grabbed. This is one of the best items you can get in lane. Aside from the golds, you get that pocket of gold. Deity is taking another beating, and I believe he just took it. Yeah, he's a little bit bigger. Ezreal is bigger now. Meanwhile, in terms of farm, I'm looking at the mid lane. Pretty much the same. Arcane Shift at the right pixel. Mid lane could be an engage.
It could be an engage as Mechanics lands a charm like a charm. Go Deception passes through too. Chongi's running low on mana, so he can't go for any more. Does have that Kleptomancy, so he's going to be able to potentially get some more items. Popped his gold item as well.
You risked it?
He did. I didn't see how much he got though.
So he got himself the Phage, not already with the X-Drinker and the Phage. There's no way Ari can 1v1 him. Because there's no need to put himself in danger, but top lane.
All of the Forge Gods coming down, but Blaze is taking some serious damage. The knock-up comes through as Victorious Reign is looking for a little bit more damage as he's flashed away. The slow goes down, but Blaze flashes forward onto him, trying to find that kill. Here comes Chongi! Chongi enters into the fray. Blaze is going to fall. It's a 1-for-1 so far. I don't think Corki has any more damage, so he's going to peel away for now.
But it's a 1-for-1, and what a good time to actually get you guys in the bot.
Good Zenith Blade, and now Van Cleef is coming in. That's a great ulti from him, and Van Cleef is now pinned up under tower, taking shot after shot as Deity gets the kill. Now Toby looking for an opening onto Asmalix and Mad Smoke. Can't do so and used his teleport for it.
The second time I can talk about timing. The one on the top lane was Chongi rotating with the package while Ari went back to buy anything. Mechanics went back, so he wasn't able to support the top lane. And on the bot lane, it was specifically the same thing. Ornn teleported bot. At the same time, Victoria's Reign went back to base. So both teams using the advantage of the recall timers. Really well done.
Mechanics is going to get a blue buff. And it's a 4-1 lead to Event Horizon over Omnia. And Omnia this time are down in kills and they're also down in gold. Something we're not used to seeing happen to them. They normally keep up in other ways in the gold score, but this time not the case for them. And they're probably starting to feel that as a 3-man dive is looking to happen here onto Victorious Reign. He's trying everything to land any form of damage, but Blaze picks up his first kill of the game and Victorious Reign goes down one more time.
A good way to stop the counters is you camped him. You locked him in and you don't allow him in mid lane.
Looks like Mechanics is on the run. Van Cleef didn't quite find the knockup and now they're starting to chase it. Oh, that is Blaze just hurling into the mid lane as Van Cleef gets a kill. They're actually going to return it 1-for-1 and Deity turns up to get his second kill of the game, dropping down Van Cleef 2-for-1 in the top mid lane.
Okay, so Teleport went to the top lane. Use this opportunity to push in the mid lane. Get that tier 1 turret, get the first blood turret, which is so important, and open up the map for this composition. This team has been opening up the map from the previous maps we've seen, and they've been able to secure a lot with their vision. Will this happen?
This is one of the crucial things to Omnia's game plan. The way they've played throughout the day is not losing turrets. They die, but they don't lose turrets, and that's how they manage to keep themselves in the game. They're losing turrets now. Pressure in the mid lane has opened up the map a little bit. They will at least be able to answer it in the bot lane, so they trade even on turrets, which is big, but the mid lane turret is going to be very, very big for what Event Horizon are going to want to do.
And we can already taste how important that tier 1 turret is. If you press F1, you'll get the vision of Event Horizon. Look at this. The map is completely lit up. If you press F2, you'll get the enemies. And it's not even close. There's only a ward in the river and one that just expired on the top side. So the difference between vision once you get to tier 1 is absurd because you're no longer safe coming into lane. You know that. You need to rotate in a different way.
Ooh.
And now, Aeon feels comfortable.
Mortal Combat coming through has the aftershock and the damage. It's Deity looking for a kill onto Mad Smoker. Fantastic charm from Mechanics. Lands and pops him up as Deity is going to get himself the 3rd kill of the game. But Van Cleef is hanging about and Deity lost a lot of health there. Asmalix landing a few damage, a bit of damage here. Forces his flash out as Mechanics misses the charm. Asmalix has always been a staple for his team, but the Buster Shot comes through and Asmalix stays alive. He will go down for now, but a great taunt comes out from Van Cleef and Mechanics is on the run. Aftershock damage isn't quite enough, and Blaze is looking for a little bit more damage as Chongi is going to get pinned down by Aeon and dropped.
Rammus!
I don't know if Rammus can make it out of here. Ring Turtle.
That was brutal. He actually escaped to the Dragon Pit. That is not where you want to go if you don't have Flash. And meanwhile, 11-4. Nonetheless, it's going to be Event Horizon with the lead on this one. They're going to take the Dragon as well. Next Dragon is going to be an Infernal Drake. So both teams will be really interested on this one. Vision still coming in hot. It's going to be the steal of the blue buff from Blaze. It's not like he needs it. He already had it. But an extra one and resetting the time of his battle.
It's refreshing tonight. Now, Rift Herald being a staple for Event Horizon's game plan in every game we've seen them play today. They could look to put some pressure on that as the bot lane are currently sitting in bot lane. Chongi is sitting with the package, so if a skirmish does break out, he'll be able to get there relatively quick. But I expect to see this Rift Herald get focused down relatively soon by the Event Horizon lineup.
So 24 still not completed for the Corki. 15 minutes in, that's engage.
That's the engage as the Cool of the Forge God gets thrown down. Victorious Reign has Chongi as Chongi throws out the package, but he gets Buster Shot back. They're going aggressively forward as Deity wants to kill, but no! Chongi almost turned it. A great hook from Aeon comes out as he throws out the box. Has the play available. Victorious Reign throws Toby over his shoulder looking for a kill, but Mechanics is here. He's going to lob out the charm and Mechanics gets himself a kill.
And Deity was not afraid to go in yet again, even though he was so low before that rocket jump. He still wants that assist and he gets it no matter what you do. Infinity Edge not completed. He's going for the Zeal, trying to get himself the rapid fire cannon, get a little bit more range and attack people from afar. Asmalix trying to go for the Iceborne yet again.
This is what we saw from him last time he played Ezreal and he fell behind. He picked it up and it really, really worked out for him. Asmalix, even though his scoreline is 0-2, it's actually, he's been playing very well up until this point. And like I said, EvH, obsessed with the Rift Herald a little bit. They are going to get their hands on it. Oh. Oh no, Blaze is looking for a kill onto Van Cleef. Ulti comes down as looking for something, but everyone's going to peel away for now from the lineup of EvH, and Omnia didn't lose a single member there at least, so that's something for them.
Righteous Glory will allow Event Horizon to go in even faster when Ornn gets a hold of that, but he has been pushing bot lane alone, and his team is not actually replying in terms of pressure in the mid lane, which could allow them to rotate bot and pressure the Ornn. The thing is, they're not doing it. So it means it's a free Trevor for Ornn.
They're also quite scared because they're not certain where Blaze is. He's now just been spotted out by Van Cleef. He's looking to trade with him with that aftershock. It's a fair amount of damage as Asmalix is looking for the kill as Blaze is on the run. But Van Cleef comes through. The shutdown onto Victorious Reign. A fantastic hook onto Asmalix low means he's out as the Buster Shots now. But there goes the suppression and the kill onto Victorious Reign. He's got himself 2 kills. In the meanwhile, the old god just knocks down a turret.
It's a turret and a kill for 2 kills on the other side. Not that bad for Omnia. 14-6 though. They're still a little bit behind. We're talking about 6,000 gold yet again. The City Boots coming in for Kha'Zix in the Duskblade means he's going to be able to kill people, but he'll be able to survive until now. 3-2, and he's quite squishy. He failed that flash on the wall. That's terrible for him. Not only because the enemy team now is aware of the cooldown on that summoner spell, but also because he died. And dying is a bad omen for you, right? I believe so.
I believe dying is bad for your health, yes.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know. Probably
Now,
medic's not
He
over-exaggerating.
finished up that Iceborne Gauntlet now. And we're seeing Deity, who actually is only sitting on the Infinity Edge. He does have enough gold to go finish that Static Shiv and start his next Zeal item. But for now, the actual item lead is in the favor of the mid laner. Van Cleef, can he interrupt it?
Oh!
Yes, he does. He stops the Herald. As EvH do drop that turret. That was clutch.
That is a big nail on the no-no. Oh man, getting the tier 2 turrets safe just because the enemy team was not capable of getting the Rift Herald on said day.
Oh, victorious reign. I think they're looking for a little bit of revenge after last game. He is having a bad time as Chongi's next to get caught out. The Valkyrie actually will secure him safety as Asmalik needs to be careful. Got CJ Mad Smoke with him to keep him alive as they throw out the Shield of Daybreak. Toby taking a fair amount of damage, but Asmalik's damage is not too much of a problem at this point as Chongi will fall to Blaze. And the tanks are just dueling out here. Oh, frankly, they're not quite done. Everyone is going. Aeon with a two-man flay on the tower. Does need to be a little bit careful as the knockup is available. They're trading in. Blaze comes in with a flash, but he can't find it. And Mad Smoke gets the kill. That's going to be back one trading onto the Orin as they're trading out. Mechanics is trying to make something work as Deity gets a double kill on the Tristana. This should open up the mid lane tier 2.
Urgot knows the targets are fairly low. He only needs to land the ulti, but can't quite get it. And since they're falling short and they're falling behind, Omnia doesn't quite have a big front line. I know you have a Rammus, but until now he was not capable of building enough HP or magic resist or even armor to survive by himself. Leona gets herself the face of the mountain and a Shane Vest, but it's not enough to tank up. So this means that the entire team of Event Horizon can assassinate pretty much anyone. Kazakhs felt a little bit short on that tower dive. Ezreal was able to flash.
Just sidestepped everything under that turret and stayed alive with about 100 health for a lot longer than he should have. Now building towards that Blade of the Ruined King, so has some life steal in his kit, but this threat is Deity, who's 7-1-5 on the Tristana. He is in a scary position. And if I was on the side of Omnia, I would be very worried as we see the charm come out. And this is going to be Deity's damage onto Van Cleef. It is huge.
He's the front line.
Oh, that's a 3-man knockup from Call of the Forge God. Victorious Reign once again falls short and gets dropped down as Blaze gets his 6th kill of the game. Charm goes a little bit wide, but that's a double kill. And now they're tracing in for more. Toby is chasing up as Mechanics is looking for something. Oh. Gonna miss the charm. Not going to work a charm, but Blaze could hop over that wall if he really, really wants to go hard for the triple kill.
And the game, Omnia has to calm down. They're still trying to fight head on, even when they don't have any advantage on the field, on the terrain. Even if they don't have a turret to fall back, if they need to, they have no backup plan. They're just like, okay, they engaged, let's go. And they're going to start off again.
I think that actually comes from Omnia just being used to even being down in kills, but at least equal in CS. This time it's a 9,000 gold lead for them. Victorious Reign uses his teleport, but it does cancel the Baron for now, but he needs to be careful as all the CC is going to land down. And he is just liquefied. Two-shot Barrage did a fair amount of damage. It might stop them from thinking about doing Baron, but this fantastic Death Bush coming out from EvH. Something you do not want to be face checking. Asmalix needs to dodge. He doesn't make the dodge and he is just destroyed. CJ Mad Smoke is going to get locked up as he does throw out the Shield of Daybreak, looking for a kill. Has got the ability to go in, but goes down as it's a double kill onto the Ahri. Blaze gets his 8th kill of the game on the Kazakhs, and EvH are looking dominant in this tournament.
Put in Toby on the front line now and go for the Baron. You need that Baron now to finish up the game. 22 minutes in. They could lock in this big objective. Chongi wants to do something.
Come on, Chongi, man mode it. Blaze is going in with the ulti. He's going to try and look for the one shot, but the flash comes wide, and Chongi gets the kill. But no, Deity just hops over, makes short work of him, and they return back onto Baron Nashor.
Kha'Zix wanted to predict the flash, and as soon as he saw the animation, he went over the wall and he flashed to nowhere. No man's land.
No,
But
Chongi failed his flash before that. He flashed into
Exactly.
the wall and then he still flashed after him.
because he saw the animation, he was like, okay, I'm gonna follow him. Oh, he's still behind me. Oh, damn. Was that a fail or a prediction? I know, yeah, I know, it's a fail. But anyway, they got the Baron.
himself at Baron Nashor, but the rest of the team do at least pick it up. Aeon is so aggressive on this fresh, looking for the hook, goes a little wide. As he is going to dodge out. Mechanics gets himself a blue buff, so he's going to be able to top himself up on mana for now. And this is going to be a very unrelenting siege from the Event Horizon lineup. And Omnia need to make sure they can deny them from getting too much. But Aeon has landed so many death sentences, he might as well be writing a death paragraph at this point.
That's a death note. That's no longer a death sentence, man. He's sending notes to everybody, and he's landing and he's getting the kill. So what do you need more as a support? Okay, I don't get the Leona. I got the Thresh. Instead of going by myself, I'll bring them to me as well.
They're going man mode for Deity. He's going to get out fine, but the Flay comes down. Is victorious Rain going to be okay? Is the question. The flash!
Another one!
From Aeon! The box is there, but a great ulti comes out from Leona, allowing them to chase him for a little bit more. Rain is going to fall as Blaze is hanging around on the backside, looking for something, but he's taking a lot of tower shots, and Chongi is alive. It's a double kill as Tristana goes forward. That's one more kill, and Asmalik is dropped. Blaze is popping off. Deity is popping off, Mechanics is popping off, looking for one glorious charm onto Van Cleef, allowing them to get the ace. One more member falls, and that is the ace for EvH.
Out of nowhere, the lead expands itself to so much, almost 15, 16,000. I lost count, I don't even care. This is Event Horizon just pushing in mad. You have the top lane pushing, the inhibitor will fall. The mid lane, there's 2 waves of minions coming in. Empowered by the Baron, that could be menace into the mid lane. But no, it's only Ornn pushing on the bot side. Obviously, he's not the greatest pushing in the world. He only knows how to clear waves. Aside from that, he only builds. He doesn't like to destruct.
It looks like actually he might be the one that's getting destructed here. Because all of the damage comes down. Chongi gets the kill. And at least that's something for Omnia. And that turret will heal, remember?
Yeah, if we take the Ornn damage into consideration, it's not that big now. The push was lost and the Baron buff was committed as well. So half HP though from the bot lane, which means if they start pushing now, they will eventually get to the turret at 75% HP, more or less. I believe that's the plan they have in mind.
Aeon's hanging about as well, looking for a potential hook again. He's proved himself worthy of the fresh. And as we can see on your minimap, in that bottom right-hand corner, all of the lineup from EvH are running down that bottom lane, looking to try and finish off what Toby started for them.
And if you look at Deity, he's sitting at 11-1-11. Is that binary code for I'm really good? Because, man, look at that. So far in the tournament, he is probably one of the MVP engaged.
Oh, they're looking for everything. The Flader box comes out. Same with the Fool of the Forge God. They're actually still not done as Alex Ixie is on the run. Toby's going up and they're looking for the charm. It's going to come through as the Orbit Deception lands through for a double kill onto Tristana. Make that a triple kill. He's looking for maybe the quadra kill, but everyone else is dead at this point. And Blaze denied any hope of another Penta at this tournament as he secures the next kill. But Asmalix does need to be pretty careful. He's not going to be able to 1v5 anymore as Blaze wants his own double kill. He's going for Golden Glory. Toby can't find it, unfortunately. He's going to have to... Ooh,
attack
he's
me!
fast. And there we go.
I was expecting him to just bait him out to attack him to death because of the Bramble Fest. But this is another victory.
It's nice and easy as EvH walk over Omnia. 37-12 in 27 minutes. That was an insane game. And I'd expect no less from Malta.
With this in mind, Event Horizon will take the first one. It's still a best of 3, so Omnia can still adapt, can still